Hello guys, welcome to, well, Let's Play Morrowind, or stream rather. When last we left off, let me see. I guess I must just quick save. When last we left off, I had just finished clearing out a dungeon of some sort. I decided to do some busy work. And you might be able to see a few things that have changed. I've leveled up a couple of times. My alchemy skill is now way higher. And I am considerably more wealthy. Why am I still dragging these things around? Oh well. So, what's the plan? Well, I went around gathering ingredients in sort of this area-ish. And I have reached a point where I think I am now strong enough to do some dungeoneering. Yes, it only took us 1,000,000 years. And in case you're wondering, Sedanine, that's the city where you start. Balmora is up here, that's the city where I did most of my questing. Well, it's the temple I joined anyway. Oh, and I also went around killing animals. For alchemy ingredients, I'm not a strange person who's rude to people or animals. Definitely not. Just, could you please not kill me? Thank you. These things are essentially the local variant on cows, and they, apparently a bit more badass than I perhaps gave them credit for. No longer. I'm just thinking now what I should pick up and what I should leave behind. As in a lot of adventure games, this is sometimes a question of not what you should be picking, but what you can leave. Right. I saw this and I thought I'd better leave this for when I'm streaming, because this looks interesting. Of course, if it is what I'm concerned it might be, we will move on to a different spot for dungeoneering, because, well, I know there's going to be one plot dungeon around here, and we don't want to be doing the dungeon stuff that's relevant to the story. Oh, sugar's mine. So is that. We don't want to be doing the story dungeons before their time. I feel like that's a reasonable approach. Ah, yes. Sorry, that's... The lighting conditions do not change quite so gently as other things. That over there is the, well, you know Vivek. You know, the big place with all the pyramids. Over here, that's where the Duke of Vardenfell, the entire island, is at. And he's a nice person who will definitely be nice to me. Well, once he has no other options, at least. Just like most people in these parts. I know it might seem impersonal or like hostile to be just walking on up to animals that aren't angry with me and kill them, but you don't understand, these are cliff racers. Cliff racers are bad. kinda wish they would not fight back. Actually, no. The one thing worse than them fighting back is them fleeing. Kind of an interesting thing with certain objects, at least in the base game. At one point I like dropped certain items that I picked up, like bottles and some such. And the thing about them is that they are actually a different item if they are floating. And they behave differently, they don't remain in place physically. Just gonna save before I go in here. Alright, Captain had baskets. Did he not have anything of value? That's a little bit unusual. Usually the captain's cabin is where, like, where you'd find keys and gold. Oh well. Hello, small slaughterfish. Is it me, or is the lighting really weird here? Like, it is exceedingly bright for no adequately explained reason. I could barely make out what's going on. Also difficult getting the hell out. Come on. Fine. Collision toggle is essential for this type of game. Because sooner or later you will get stuck. Or an Imperial key. That would go for what? Potion of water breathing. That's nice. I actually have that as a spell. Not very good at casting it though. Lots of pound meat. Which is, I mean, it's useful, but it's also a little bit heavy. So where would the chest be at? Because it ain't floating. Maybe it's outside the ship. Oh, great. Those guys are mean. Figure I may as well just see if there's any, yeah. Yeah, that was a Drew. I know not the name, but it's an entire species of, well, lobster people wouldn't be too far off. So it's not on the ship, it seems. But so we have a shipwreck, no treasure chest on, like, on the wreck itself. I feel like the trope we're supposed to be following is gonna be like buried treasure. Enemies nearby, heaven forbid. No game, I just want to rest. That's all I want to do. And I really don't see why you deny it to me. Finally. So, stands to reason that we're looking for a treasure chest on this island or somewhere close by, somewhere visible from it, right? Maybe it is here, maybe I'm just... Nope. Wasn't there. What? Okay, I'm glad I decided to read this tooltip. Key to a secret door within the Imperial Commission in Castle Ebenard. What? Incidentally, the tooltips, those are a mod, so in the original game I would just be completely lost as to what that key would be for. Oh well. That seemed to be the only real location in quotation marks around here, nearby at least. I was mistaken. Akima's Grotto. If this is what I think it's gonna be, it'll be basically just Pearl Cave. With angry animals and dangerous enemies within it. I'm guessing this has to be something more than just a Pearl Cave then. feels a little bit silly that there's like an angelic choir whenever you level up a skill. And again, it seems like it's very foggy inside of the cave. Not sure what that's about. I do know what pearls are about, though. And yeah, you can kind of see just how useful the water breathing is. And I sort of expect that a viewer would not really be excited to see people swimming up and down for air constantly. That's... okay, that's a large column. Okay, let's see what we have. Water breathing. I feel like the music is a tad overdramatic for a pearl cave. Of course, even the large columns only ever seem to have like one pearl. So far, nothing exciting. I think I saw a corpse. Nope, just a large column. Let's see what I have, because we're gonna need more water breathing. We're also gonna need some Pepsi. Oh, don't tell me I got rid of my Pepsi. I did. Oh, what a fool I am. I guess we could eat some of these leaves. Do that in real life, kids, because that can never backfire, except for when it can. Don't mind me, I'm just spamming my map over here. That's not illegal in the slightest. Whoa. Alright, that guy's a jerk. He only outdrew the wax. That's not so unusual. I find it interesting that the music is still somewhat menacing. Yep. It's only supposed to stay that way if any enemies remain. Okay. Since the music is no longer menacing, I guess that means that the last enemy has been vanquished and we'll just make our way out of this cave. I was kind of hoping for a bit more than pearls when I came in here, but that's just sometimes how it is. Bubbles do not mean pearls. May as well tag it. Don't want to be going through a pearl cave more than once. Because it really ain't that interesting. That's one detail about short blade that makes it a worthwhile weapon skill. You can make a lot of attacks very fast. Which means that you get a lot of skill checks very fast, which means you get a lot of levels very fast. Though I hate to belabor that point, I shall refrain from doing so from now on. A thought just occurred to me, and I'm gonna have to go over there and get a look at the dock. Assuming there's no dungeons on the way. There's a dungeon over there. Never mind, that's an egg mine. You can tell because there's a Kwama worker out in front of it. And basically all that's really in there is going to be eggs. And that's not really worth our time. So, the thing that occurred to me. I'm not, you know, a sailor of some description, but, so they had a full-size ship here, right, when we were offloaded. How do you, like, make a turn in, like, this very confined space? You know, seafaring-wise. And there's no point in going in that. That's the very first dungeon. That was one of the things I skipped early on. Well, I did clear it and whatnot, but I decided there's 50 million different streams of it, and it's a really tiny dungeon with 3 enemies, so I regard that as something to be skipped. let's see what we can find over here. That's the tax collector from the start of the game. Yep, I just left him there to rot. Well, him and none of his earthly possessions, because I guess I'm not very nice in that regard. The true are out for my blood. Here, Drury. Alright, let's see what's over here. Looks to be an ancestral tomb. Thella's ancestral tomb. Ah, great, one of those guys. And he'd performed his little trick. Shrine of Saint Veloth. Alcimvi Restoration. That fixed it. So, a thing that happens very often is that greater bone walkers, they can cast spells that will damage your attributes, specifically strength. If you have 0 strength, you can carry 0 weight. Which means you have to drop everything you own. And that's really not helpful. It's not conducive to good adventuring. Alright. That's unlocked chests. That's fine. I'm gonna take your scroll. Small soldier. Anytime now. Anytime now. Okay, that's usable. The so-and-so barrier belt, that's gonna be like a shield effect. And that basically adds onto your armor score. Let's just see what the belt is like. 5 points for 10 seconds, so that would make a difference. If only because my armor rating is pathetic. Hang on. Am I mistaken? Because, this just looks very empty. And the spook music is still on, so there should still be enemies here. Yeah, the in-game will only use the American keyboard, and I don't own one of those. Because the Danish alphabet has 3 extra letters compared to the English one. Or, well, Latin one. But I wish people would stop attacking me. At least when I'm trying to think. This is one of those times where it's not appropriate. So that's stuff up there. I'm as close to it as I can really get. Fuck it, let's go for a walk. Yeah, I have to brag about it the first time. Just look at me, I'm all holy. And that concludes today's amphibious operation. A contested landing. That was a big deal. Or was it? I guess it's a quirk of the engine, but you could probably hear like footsteps even though I was standing still, and yeah, the cliff raises will make footsteps. Which sounds just a little bit goofy. I'm gonna check the local map because if you're not entirely sure, checking the local map for these little squares will sometimes help you find what you need to find. I guess I should heal up before we go in and save. Oh great, one of these jokers. Demon Tento. Don't worry, bro. I'm just sneaking up on you. Huh. Okay. Psst. Hey, don't worry. Steel Daikatana. That's a bit too heavy for my tastes. Really? Drains my attribute again. That was not a cursed ash yam. I guess we should keep track. Oh. Why would the chest be empty? Oh shit. Yeah, that guy means business. I might not be able to defeat him, but I will try. That's the power of alchemy. Ring of Transcendent Wisdom. Fortified Conjuration for 10 points. That is not small potatoes. Hot cocoa is not so hot anymore. Oh well. Right. So 10 points. That could very well make a difference. Certainly good for like practicing conjuration, because of course if it's let's see, yeah, 10 overall, that's not impressive. And well, if I could find, you know, rings to double my attributes in a certain way, that is always welcome. So yeah, regarding probes, therefore untrapping. Those were your prized possessions? Okay. You know, I was kind of hoping for some slightly more impressive treasures. Something bad's over there. Well, first. I was ready for him this time. Sugar, of course. Why wouldn't you bring drugs to a tomb? I guess that is a way to... What? Okay. Not useless. Not especially powerful, but, you know, that's the thing with rings, right? They weigh 0.1, and I can carry, well, I could carry 3,100 of those, so bringing one along is, not a big deal. Guess we're leaving the long way around. Book of Rest and Endings. Okay. Filled with obscure bits of cult mumbo-jumbo. Ritual of Ending of Wrathman. From 50 fathers frozen in slave past. Rip from the wraith looms, sunder the life weave. Lock tight in earth grip, hold firm and grave fast. That was inspiring. Still gonna steal things though. Actually, I'm taking that bone meal. It's mine now. Right. That was the long way around. Seems like there's still enemies here, but I can't see them. And I'm expecting that's the totality of what was on this island. Never mind, this game is just set on a plan of humiliating me. Oh dear.
Bathe in your blood.
Don't know about that. Yeah, I was thinking this might be a sixth house installation. Not entirely convinced that it ain't. Actually, I'm starting to lean towards it not being so, because these people have names. If you have a name, you're not allowed into the sixth house. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Empty vial. I guess that would be skooma or something. But yeah, lots of things could be in these caves. Could be simply smugglers. Could also be Telvani. They've been known to hang out in places like this. Common amulet. I'll figure that one out later. Apparently that character was in combat. And he had a book called Bone. So these were smugglers. That's just the thing in this game. If they have slaves, they tend to be smugglers. Can't open a chest that way. But you can open it with a spell. Just look at the weight of these. I guess we can bring that one along. Excuse me. I should not be making angry sounds. Swift swing. Well, it's not useless. Ooh, Telvani bug musk. That is quite useful. Well, I don't use it as such, because I'm very charismatic, believe me. But it does have a very high value relative to its weight, and that is the decisive factor. Right. You can all go free. You freed me, Diomedes. Are you in the twin lamps? What's the twin lamps? I do not know if they really exist. It is said that they help slaves like us escape. Until you arrived, I did not believe I would ever see Argonia again. Well, now you might. Bit of a swim to the mainland, but yeah, bit of a swim, but that is significantly more of a chance than you guys had before I showed up. Just don't wait around for your masters, because they are all dead. What have we here? An iron mace, is that it? Is that really it? Not very useful. Heavy, low damage, not a weapon I use, and yeah. I did not feel tempted. Not even a little bit. Fucking... Right. There cannot be any more, like, major, like, dungeons around here. So, let us go somewhere more exciting. Guess it's off in this direction. You know, there's some people that actually play this game without magic. People who play it without enchantments or spells or scrolls. I feel bad for those people because they're missing out. You know, I really shouldn't be leaving these cliff racers out here. Who knows, they might get run over by a car. That'd be terrible. Best prevent that from happening. And I don't even get my loot. Means over there. Kind of a tip for how to navigate in these types of games. It's not even like a proper tip, it's just a phrase of Napoleon's that stuck in my mind after I read it. Which is, you have to be, for it to be a maneuver, it must be around a fixed point. And in my head that sticks out because, like, just having a reference point is one of the biggest things you can do to help yourself when you're feeling a bit lost. Right, let's kick down the door and see if anything's biting. It's not you. Nope. No, do not cast spells at me. It's rude. I do not approve of it. Courage scroll. The whole, like, using spells for courage. It's not even like, not even me trying to brag, but I don't need that type of courage. I mean it in the most technical sense of the word, which is just that it's not a useful spell. There's spells to give other people courage, but all that means is that they'll not run away when they start taking so much damage that they're going to be killed. And usually having AI companions die tends to be a far bigger, you know, problem than keeping them fighting until the fight's done. Champion is right. That guy was tough. Fortify health. That's basically not useful. Well. Oh, I'm dissing a lot of things in very broad sort of... Oh, I remember this. I remember this. First, let's see, is the trap gonna hurt? Yep. Key to his chest, which I guess was that. Then there's the ashes, which have no purpose. Now, you might be curious, what's the deal? Who is Lord Bryn? And the story behind that is that it was a person who was a prolific user of the early Bethesda forums. It was someone who'd played a lot of Daggerfall, reportedly quite liked that game, and well, he died during the development of Morrowind, so as a bit of tribute, they put his ashes in the game. His virtual ashes. Of course, nowadays, they would probably be trying to sell his fucking virtual fucking ashes as a fucking NFT. And that would be so callous. I think that makes it a completed dungeon. Oh, and what was this ring that he had? I remember that one being what I was looking for, yes. Fortify intelligence and willpower for 10 points. The Mentor's Ring is an artifact to be prized by any aspiring mage capable of significantly increasing their magical capabilities and efficiency. Worth 8,000 gold pieces. That is quite handy. And that is one of the things I was genuinely looking for in one of my earlier episodes. I knew it was somewhere in the swamps, but I just hadn't, you know, memorized what part of the swamps. And the swamps really do, like, go on until roughly here, right? So it's not something you can find just like that, but well, in case anyone is curious, the loot in Morrowind, there are leveled lists, and what those would be, like the randomized loot in containers. It does exist in the game, but it's not used very much, and all of the greatest treasures have a fixed location. So if you remember where they are, you can seek them out. There's a million different treasures all across the map. I know where a lot of them are. But at the same time, there's also quests where they will point you in the direction of those treasures. Well, 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 we can level up. Always save first, because you might make a mistake. The secret does seem to be hard work, yes, but it's also a kind of blind passion and inspiration. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I figure that is the best stuff to be picking. I know I should probably put more points into agility, but in terms of just, you know, presenting the game for an audience, I feel like these are the better choices, because strength, that means you can carry more. Speed makes you fast, and that is important in this game. And endurance, that, well, it controls how much health you gain per level. So you want that up to 100 as early as possible. Some people base their entire character around getting the health to 100 as early as possible, but I don't know, I don't think that's necessary. It'll even hinder you in a number of ways. So I'm just gonna be going with this semi-optimal build strategy that I have. And I really do mean semi-optimal, because basically any guide will tell you that I've picked the wrong, like, star sign, probably wrong a lot of other things as well. Certainly I did not pick the optimal major and minor skills, even if, you know, this is the character that I want to play. And I feel like the player's ability to enjoy the game is far more significant than there just being like the perfect way to do it, and if you're not doing that all of the time, every single run, then apparently some people think that you shouldn't be allowed to play the game. And I find that to be quite an asinine philosophy. I'm looking for doorways. Just so you don't think that I've lost the plot. And yeah, I know that there is a ship here, but I also know that it's... Oh. Here you can see the sound of the ocean is not locked to the ocean, it's like a set distance. And that is also the ocean. Seemingly. But yeah, I know what the deal with that ship is, and I think it factors into the plot a little bit later, so I will not be messing with it. I know that's perhaps something people would question is, how can you know what will be in the plot? And you really can't. You know, you can go into certain dungeons, kill certain characters, and you'll get a pop-up saying that you've killed someone essential to the game, and as a result, you must load a game. That's not a great way to go about it in terms of game design. They, most of the time, they don't fall into that, though. But yeah, in later games, they would say, like, you need a plot character to be unlocking this dungeon for you, or you need a plot key in order to get in. I feel like that's a better way of just telling the player, look, we know you might be interested in this, but this is just plot locked, so best go look elsewhere. I'm gonna try looking at this Daedric ruin. Hey, pal. Little dude. Not a very good guard. And don't worry, if this dungeon proves too difficult, I have a note from my doctor excusing me. And by that I mean I have a scroll of divine intervention. Hey pal, how are you doing?
You will die here!
Probably.
You will die here!
So I've been told. Just gonna enjoy some Dr. Pepper and eat some leaves. wish this lady would stop being mean. What else do I have? Ooh, Dr. Pepper 2. Okay, that's interesting. Oh wow. Oh wow, that's okay. Orcish armor, that is quite special. In a good way. It is quite powerful. There's only one issue with it, and that's the fact that it basically takes up all the weight in my inventory. I know, isn't that tragic? Well. I'll be back. I wish my bloody laptop would stop shutting down. Oh. Hello, Rack Hudson. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Hope you are as well. Laptop is what I use to actually see the stream chat, so I wasn't quite able to follow along for a little while there. Now, let me think. What am I supposed to be doing? I'm supposed to bring stuff back, yes. First I'm going to save, and then I'm going to use my doctor's note. Well, that's fine. Alright, Balmora Temple. Question is what I do now. Yeah, I think I know what I'll do. I'm gonna just drop things here, and I'll sort it out on my own. Because I feel like the, well, my shopping channel experience would not net me as many viewers as one might hope. Keep in mind, what am I supposed to leave? Certainly all ingredients need to go. Tools. We should probably find some of my other tools, because, well, going into action without any sort of lockpick, that is going to narrow your options. Restore intelligence, that's vendor trash. Restore strength, now that is useful. I'm gonna keep that. It's not often you go into the field and find things potion-wise that will actually be totally valid to keep in the field. Don't need to fortify our health. We do need more Dr. Pepper if we're gonna survive out there. Scroll of Hellfire, that's not necessary. Telogy, Gem Feeder. Yeah. The one thing we are gonna need. Oh, and we don't need those. We don't need the story about the invention of bone mold armor. Yeah, this would probably be fine. think I probably mentioned it earlier, but a huge part of this, of being good at this game, is knowing what you don't need to bring. Because the more you bring with you out into the field, the less you can bring back with you. Yeah, we'll buy these back. You might be wondering what the hell is with all these potions. Well, essentially what happens in games like this, or at least Morrowind, you have the ability to sell plot critical items to shopkeepers. So in the interest of fairness, you cannot actually, they'll never lose the items that you sold to them. So half of the shit is stuff I sold to her. She's the alchemist that is closest to, well, my base of operations, as it were. But I am glad that you're interested in this little project of mine. Sell me spells already. What is your deal, lady? What about you? She doesn't have anything worthwhile either. She is also useless. So is he. Well, Soul Trap is useful at least.
At your service, Outlander.
Alright, you know what? Take me to some place where people actually know what they're doing. Right, that should
I'm
be
sure
this place.
we can work out a fair price.
Fair price. Oh, good grief. Ooh, Night Eye, that is. Blind 1 to 10%. Crying Eye.
All right, I'm listening.
What do you sell? Potion of Light. That, literally causes you to light up.
The finest potions and elixirs in town are right here.
Fuck's sake, will someone sell me spells?
I'm listening.
She will. She? Yeah, she. These are all too hardcore for me.
Welcome, friend. Yes, what is it?
Alrune, then. Can people in Alrune sell me a simple fucking set of teleportation spells? Quite essential to playing a game like Morrowind is knowing the useful spells, and Mark and Recall will be quite useful indeed.
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
Oh. Okay, I can find time for this. Velothian Helm. Now this is worth getting. I'll even sell her my helmet. I'll explain why it's worthwhile. Just give me a minute. Healing scrolls. They don't do immense amounts of healing, but they do manage to heal you a good amount for basically no weight. I need some water. Good grief. Scroll of Supreme Domination. That'll let you control creatures. This person has scrolls.
What is this
with
about?
things like Mark and Recall, but they're not actually.
Welcome, friend.
The thing I most want is to be able to just cast it as a spell, because it's something that you want to be recasting a lot.
I shouldn't have pushed so hard.
And this guy is also useless. What the hell is with the fucking Mages Guild these days? People don't know their craft. Millennials have killed the Mages Guild.
Finest magics you buy.
Fine, I guess I'll teleport to some other Mages Guild. Because the teleportation person, of course, they don't know where to fucking...
What can I do for you today?
What would they know about teleportation spells? Recall. Is it just me, or did he have recall but not Mark? What is the point of that? Man, these
I'm
guys.
sure we can work out a fair price.
Reasonable prices for top quality.
Oops.
You seem light on spells. Let us
Good
talk
day.
business.
Let's do business.
Oh. Right, I thought I remembered this for a reason, and I did. If you ever want to do magic and whatnot, or alchemy to be precise, you can get a full set of like master quality tools here if you're willing to steal them. I'm not willing to do that. Because there are some funky sort of
Shopping fun.
aspects. Right, time to go
Can
to
I be
the
of service?
Vivek Mages Guild. If they can't sell me a bloody teleportation spell, I'm going to be upset.
Speak freely, friend.
Mark. Finally. Ooh, Timor's Hot Toad. This spell that I'm highlighting there will give you 20 points of jump. I don't think it's worthwhile to get it while, you know, casting it as a spell. That's not really gonna work. But once you find some enchanted items with that particular spell, I mean, you can essentially jump your way around the map. Makes it a whole lot more like Spider-Man 2. Oh, those two idiots. By the way, this guy here is the leader of the Mages
Speak
Guild.
freely, friend.
And he is a giant bloody moron, as we'll find out.
What can I do for you today?
But not today.
Good to see you. Do you need my services?
Nope. Right. I wonder how good I'm gonna be at casting these. Mark and recall, come on. You can do it. I am gonna be useless at it. Figures, eh? Well, I guess I'll just cast it here and use up all my mana if I must. Nice. So if you look in the lower right, you will see that on the little radar, there's an X. You can also see it here. Casting recall will then teleport me back to the mark. And that's a good way of, well, moving about just for one. I have a very specific reason for not wanting to talk to that guy. And I will not be revealing it today. Right, so we're going back to that particular location. Incidentally, one very useful bit of, you know, a thing you could use Mark and Recall for, and the standard thing to do is to just cast Mark when you're in front of a quest giver and you are intent on doing that quest. That way you can return and turn it in immediately. The other thing you can do is, if you're not, you know, doing anything specific, is you could just mark a location out in the field, use a divine intervention, and once you've unloaded your items and whatnot in your base of choice, you just cast recall and you're back out in the field with with space in your pockets. And that does tend to help. Incidentally, a thing I learned today, where is it? You unlock knowing all the 4 effects when you reach 60 in alchemy. You still need higher alchemy to make the best possible potions, but at that point, you're essentially playing alchemy on easy mode. Because the whole point is to get effects from 2 ingredients to match, and then actually craft the potion. And then if you know all 4, well, that's a lot easier. It's even possible to, well, do alchemy when you know 0 of the effects. At that point, though, I would recommend buying some training, because your skill would have to be very low to not let you see. Fucking hell. The thing I hate about these creatures is that the exact location of their character model is not always clear. It seems to be somewhat below them. And that's not all that useful for me. I see the mean creatures have been replaced. Oh well. Oh dear.
Bring me great honor.
Somehow I doubt it. This guy is gonna be trouble. What is he doing? Is it? Is he panicked? I think he might genuinely be panicked, and I have no idea why. I mean, you're seeing this. I'm not doing especially much to him. Okay, he basically has an entire suit of orcish armor. In terms of medium armor, that's amongst the best in the game. And it's also quite valuable compared to what it weighs. As if I did not have enough money already. Might actually be difficult to find anyone who can actually afford to buy it, though. Well, that'll be a crisis for another day. So where's the entrance again? It was around here. There it is. I'm gonna drop the orcish armor, because chances are I'll find plenty of items inside. So what have we in here? And yes, this is the very first Daedric ruin that I'm entering. These dungeons are some of the most dangerous places in the game. Although hopefully I will not encounter anything excessive. Ancient rusted Daedric key. Key to a lost door within the Daedric shrine of Ashornibi. Ashornibibi, northwest of Laod. Water breathing, rising force. That gives you an idea of where the door might be. Either underwater or upstairs. Well, the orcs are not happy that I'm here. I'd blame them if I could. Nice work, idiot. That was expensive. Another key. So the thing would either be below ground or above ground. Why, hello there.
While you can.
Oh. She has hands. What that means is this is gonna be very dangerous. Oh, crap.
Stick while you can.
Paralyzation. I should probably grab that. What the fuck is with you? Chances
I am
Dalamax.
busy, so if you will excuse me.
This looks like a quest. So I think what I'm gonna do is just not talk to him. What would be down here? Water breathing, I'd expect. Just a pillar. Given the bombastic music, I'm also expecting that I have cleared the dungeon. Since the bombastic music tends to be the outdoors stuff, and that only plays when there are no more enemies in the dungeon. Alright. But yeah, this particular dungeon just looks a lot like that would be Imperial Legion or Imperial Cult quest. You might be tempted to pick up these things. I would not do so. They are cursed. Oh hey. Taking all that. Restoration, Hellfire, Horror of Castle Zir, which is a play that you actually have to perform at some point. One last thing. Okay, I can activate the statue. That's how you get Daedra quests in this particular game. Well, I guess that's the first Daedric ruin that we've done. Completed and, well, it didn't go so bad. Bonus to anyone who could tell that I was saying that through clenched teeth. Right. Since we are just adventuring, let us first heal, then mark, then mark, then mark, then mark. Fuck's sake. Thank you. Was that so hard? And if we cast... Let's see, the intervention. We're back at Balmora. We can drop more of our loot. And if anyone's curious, my policy regarding shopping, that's just, I'll do that off screen so you guys don't have to suffer through it. Fire resist. resistance is not useful. We have 7 up for our levitation needs. And we have 4 Dr. Pepper. That's my custom name for health potions, in case anyone's wondering. Well, shit. My helmet is in this pile. I'm just gonna go buy myself a new helmet because I'm not sorting through all that.
Quickly, Outlander.
I'm very efficient. Oh yes. You must sell me. Fuck's sake. He doesn't have a matching helmet. Fine, I'll get a non-matching one. Good grief. Give me more hammers.
Good fortune, Outlander. Looking for a bargain?
Why does he not want to buy my fucking... Oh. It was the Tento, right. Now, take me back. And the scamps come to ambush me. So that right there, I think that's Panab, or Panau, or some such. Nope, it's Shell. I don't know for sure what's in here. This? Oh. Sure, it's a skeleton, but why do I remember this place? Right, why do I remember this place? Silver spear, bone meal, more skeletal champion. Oh shit, not you, not you. I said not you. Okay, maybe you. Maybe. Ow. Hello. This character's in combat.
Die, Fixer!
So what is the deal with that lady? Whoa, 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 hey. Okay, I was just about to say, I think this is a plot dungeon. I'm probably just gonna load out in front of it. Then I noticed this master set of alchemy equipment. Don't care what quest this is. I choose to be blinded by my greed. You know, that kind of sounds like the type of phrase that might backfire, conceivably. Apprentice equipment. Yeah, I'm not going to be picking that up. Right, I think what I'm going to have to do here is take a short break while I take my medications and a few other things, so maybe 5 minutes at the very most. And we're back with more Morrowind. Alright, she had a broom. And plenty of alchemy ingredients. I also took the liberty of, well, checking if she was related to any quest. Luckily, it's not a huge deal, so I will not be undoing this save. Ooh. She had quite the stash. And that one's trapped. We can fix that. Oh. Oh dear. Well, she had some books on corpse preparation. I guess that, you know, it kind of fits for a necromancer. That also explains the dead people that attacked me on my way in here. My god. How could people do something like this? It's definitely not hypocrisy on my part. Killing people, that's fine. Bringing them back, that's crime. If you don't like it, I'll kill ya. Well, maybe not. You might be a quest character after all. We wouldn't want something like that to happen. Not to a quest character. So, what are we looking at now? Pathway, that's fine. I gotta say, once you've got like distant terrain in a game like this, it really starts to reduce the sensation of being like a rat in a maze. So that was really an issue with the game earlier. Like, I wouldn't expect to be able to see that fortress over there. And some people think that navigating, you know, a tiny world mostly made up of fog. Some find that interesting. I envy them their powers of imagination. But I will not reduce myself to their level. Hello, Nyx Hounds. Goodbye, Nyx Hound. Now we're coming up on something I have been putting off almost since episode 1. We're gonna have a look at this fortress. And the thing about these Dunmer forts is that this is literally probably the single most dangerous dungeon type in the game. Propylon chamber, I wonder what that is. Right, yeah, this. Of course, this, yes. Haven't a clue. In fact, I finished this game without knowing quite what to make of this type of room. Moon sugar. That I do know what to do with. Right, so we should probably ditch less essential items out here. Don't worry, we can still carry them back with us when we teleport on home. Disease resistance. 8 seconds of invisibility. 5 points of light. Restore luck. Why did I pick up all this trash? Tools. We'll leave the master tools out because they weigh a shit ton. I saw some people complaining that they had no space in their inventory, and it's what were they doing? They were carrying around 4 spares for a large weapon of, you know, a spare suit of armor, their alchemy ingredients, and 50 different potions that they could not tell me what would do. Whoa. Bit aggressive.
Fetcher!
Thank you. Right. Just gonna sleep first and then quick save and then go inside because, well, watching me put down every single object, you know, a second time, it's not gonna be especially riveting, so best avoid that. I feel like avoiding boredom is the main thing you gotta do in these sorts of situations where you're streaming something. Oh, fuck me. I am suffering greatly, thank you. Well, this is why I brought Dr. Pepper. My guardian angel. Alright. Expensive shirts and pants. Speared him from behind.
You will die!
I think all people die eventually, right? Oh, she died. Guess I'll have to make do with a no answer. Scroll of Hellfire. Of Healing, Savage Mind, Grey Fate. Not to be confused with the Grey Death of Deus Ex fame. They have a locked chest, which I had the key for. Larmarin slave key, so there are slaves to be freed here. lots of clutter as well. Something, I am not dead, and it was not done quickly.
Now where did I put that?
Ah, the sounds of people in this game. Hello. Dude had a steel battle axe, no wonder that hurt. Okay, so I love how they're like in this swamp castle and clearly they're well off evildoers and they still somehow feel the need to sleep in dorms. I think this makes a full circuit, yes. And yet, also seems like there's a road down to the underground. So do we do the top floor or the bottom floor first? I'm gonna say bottom. And that guy over there is gonna kill me unless I summon up the spear.
How does it feel to know death is near?
You will bring me great honor.
Somehow I doubt it. Well, that went a bit easier than I was expecting it to. Right, let's see what's in here. Mirror. That's 2 slaves freed. Oh, okay. That. So one of the slaves gets a room to himself, but everyone else, they need to sleep in a dorm. Hello, Shivani. Twin lamps. Might just be a room. As with many things in this game, I can reveal they do exist, and I do know where they are. But, we'll find that out another time, I think. Come to think of it, the game is quite unusual. Or rather, it is quite unusual in that very, very few things that the game talks about don't actually exist in the game. So we have bottom level and we have sewers. I don't know which is more bottom. Sadly, we lack any and all experts on that. Don't mind me, anyone. I'm just stealing me some delicious drugs. Did I free this guy? Yep. Guess we can rest up. Head into the sewers. Don't know for sure what would be down here. Looks to be rats. A diseased one of that. Seems to be a post. Huh. Interesting. Floating raft of some kind. Well, I guess I'll try using it. We didn't make it to there. No fish in the fortress though, so that's not a big deal. How do I get up from here? I guess I could do water walking. Okay, this is a blighted rat. Blight disease is more powerful than regular disease. It means that the animal in question will give you worse diseases if you are unfortunate. And it will also have a lot more health, a lot more powerful attacks, and better defenses. So yeah. Oh, and the longer the game goes on, plot-wise, I mean. Well, no. The higher your level, the more animals will have blight disease. There. I speak English good. I have been told as much by many people who had the misfortune to listen to me for very brief intervals. I do have some idea of what might be down here, but so far, no luck. Well, I say that. The odds of something good being down here, that's 0. I'm leveling up again, oh dear. That's okay. Thanks to a particular mod I use, leveling up is far less of a fucking chore. Used to be that was the biggest chore in the game. Right. Endurance. Speed. Agility, I think. But yeah, a quirk of the leveling in this game is like, if you don't level up in an efficient way, not an optimal way, that's not necessary, but if you don't know how leveling up functions, leveling up in this game will actually put you at a disadvantage compared to the enemies that will spawn in the world. And And then really, that's not very compelling gameplay. Especially since that if you know, done it incorrectly beforehand and you are opposed to cheating or whatever, then it is really quite difficult for the player to fix their mistake. And the game doesn't do an especially good job of explaining it to you either. But as with anything, you can mod that problem out of the game. I'm just gonna go ahead and just accept that we're not gonna have anything interesting happen as a result of mucking about in the sewer. Amazing, right? Just like that time I did it in real life. Went around the sewers, and when people asked me at the hospital where I was treated for having walked into a sewer without protection, they thought I was mad when I said I was looking for treasure. I was told there would be treasure. Warning, may not have happened. Alrighty. We've gone all the way down. Let us go all the way top. That's definitely one of the most popular colloquialisms in the English language.
And it won't be.
That was quite a death sound. Just, eh. I will die, I am told. I am being a little bit cautious because I know what might be here. There might be some, well, no. Might be implies the risk that, or the chance that there isn't the bad thing. Truth is,
There is no escape.
someone in this building has the second most powerful piece of armor in the game. Invisibility and levitate. Huh. Good way of traveling, I guess. It's possible to play this game without having the Fallout 4 style menus. You know, the one where you can just see what's inside of a like crate without having to actually push a button and open the pop-up menu. I can never go back to the way the game plays normally.
The end of you, Swit!
Could be. I don't know what a swit is.
You Enwa!
Oh, looks like someone had a tantrum around here. Giring Gilneth. Right. Yes, of course. Just keeping an eye on the time. Because there are a few things I gotta do. Devil's Spear.
You should run now.
Yeah, dude just takes out a fucking fifth of my health in one hit. Running would have been wise if I was out of resources. Only I wasn't. In case anyone's curious why I pick up paper, you can...
Now you die!
You can enchant paper in this game. That will then create scrolls. And scrolls are very useful. Low weight. Often quite powerful. I guess the bad guy must be at the very top of this. Wish me luck, guys. This may take some time.
Die, fetch ass.
When in doubt, kill the archer first. Oh no, lady, don't do that, don't. Ooh. A unique spear with a pretty powerful effect. Ebony Cuirass. Wow. So, in case you can't see the screen, why is an Ebony Cuirass good? Well, it is worth 35,000 gold pieces for one. And it is not especially heavy either, so... Scroll of the Argent Glow. Alright. Wizard had 2 slaves. Now the slaves are free.
Sweet school. Ends of Apprentice Alchemy Guild. Am I a criminal now? No. Apparently I stole a thing that should not be owned. That's fine. So, what can I do?
Okay. Time to pick up everything. I think this marks a good spot for us to conclude today's business. Because I'm gonna be heading back to town now with a gigantic load of loot. Let's see. Scroll of Dawn. Normoth Legion Fort. Okay, this is fine. Right. That does conclude today's stream then. I have a lot of items to sort through and plenty of things to craft. But I should be ready again to stream tomorrow, at least for a little bit. Maybe. Actually, I can't promise that, but what the hell. We'll see what happens. Thanks to anyone out there who've been watching, and hopefully I'll see you all again soon. Later.